2025 is here, and it looks like we've got some toys to look forward to. Welcome. My name is Brandon. Now let's talk Legends. Now that we're starting a new year, meaning new figures in the Legends wave are coming out, and I wanted to gauge what people were thinking in the aftermath of 2024. I know I have my own opinions and thoughts when it comes to Legends, but I really like hearing from the rest of the community. They all have different and unique voices that contribute to the entirety that is Legends. That being said, let's talk Legends. X-Men figures are the best ones they release. They really do make a solid effort with each of their X-Men releases. I mean, think about the year that the Warlock Build-A-Figure, the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. Oh my God. These waves were back-to-back bangers. And I mean, even last year was a pretty good year for X-Men. But when I used to collect X-Men, I remember loving nearly each and every figure that Hasbro made for them. I can't really say that they're the best because, but definitely among the best that Hasbro does. I'd sacrifice Build-A-Figures if it meant each figure in the wave would get better or more accessories. Like Spider-Man should always come with the full set of hands. Most figures can't actually hold a web to swing on because it's normally just a fist and web shoot with the occasional wall climbing. Dude, what makes me annoyed about this is the recent Spider-Boy that they revealed. They gave him thwipping hands. And if you read the comics and you know this character, he done thwip. Hasbro. And they tried to be sneaky. They tried to be conniving. But guess what? I know you. I've read this script before. Oh, well, because he's like a Spider-Man, he's giving tribute to the original. Who are you fooling? I think the lack of accessories has been going on for years now. It seems like we talk about the quality of the figure and they think, oh, okay, so you just want a better physical figure? Okay, we'll make them pinless. We'll make them look nice. We'll try and implement new sculpting. Accessories? It's like they want us to have these tiers. And I know that they're kind of breadcrumbing us to that. There's the regular Legends, then there's going to be the Deluxe, and then there's going to be the alleged Ultimate line that's coming later this year. So the reason why you're not seeing as many accessories is because they're getting us ready for these extra tiers that they're going to start doing. Legends is going to start being like the bottom tier, which is kind of sad because this was like the pinnacle. Stop making MCU figures. I don't hate this one, but for the people that are diehard MCU that really got back into comics and everything because of the MCU, I don't think they should stop. I mean, the last MCU figures I got were the No Way Home 3-pack, but even before that, I kind of stopped after Infinity War. Didn't pull the trigger on Deadpool Wolverine because I wasn't really feeling it. And now these Brave New World figures, When I used to collect MCU, I was very picky and half of them weren't very good, so I just ended my collection. They need to ditch ab crunches and start doing double ball chest or ball waist combo. Also, they gotta fix their neck joints. The neck joints annoy me the most when there's a figure that really needs to look up. And let me tell you something. A lot of these figures, depending on how you pose them, they need to look up. I don't want a Spider-Man in his dynamic pose, but guess what? He can only look like this at the bad guy. Hello? I mean, especially any flying characters like Archangel, and you can't have them look all the way up. Bro, what are you doing? And yeah, the whole ab crunch is now starting to get a little outdated, as we've seen with the retro/renew your vows Spider-Man body. And it's so dynamic for the posing that you're trying to make. I mean, when they put that body for Daredevil, dude, the posability was near endless. I'm disappointed with No Way Home Lizard. No, me too, bro. I had a feeling that they were going to announce the remainder of the No Way Home figures that we haven't gotten. They only said one, and one is in the pipeline on the way. And when they brought out Lizard, I was like, wow, they only changed the face. I was so upset because you have all this new technology now. What made you think that a torso from 2012 was the right approach for a figure in 2024? That's like using the Bucky cap. Nope, I'm not even going to say it. Don't even go there. But it's just really weak. It's really cookie cutter, cheap. I get if you're trying to save money, but this ain't the way. If Kahori doesn't get revealed by the end of the year, I'm going to cover myself in cheese and let the rats under my house rip me apart like tigers. Next question. They have secretly designed and produced a prototype of the perfect Spider-Man figure with all the cool accessories, but they will never release him. I disagree. If they had made the perfect Spider-Man, you think they would just keep it in their little cube or shack and just be like, we have it. Y'all don't. No, they want money. And here's the other thing too. Perfect is subjective. So everyone has their own idea of what the perfect Spider-Man would look like. For instance, one person might prefer a more Mark Bagley type look, and somebody also might prefer a more Mark Cicchetto look. It all comes down to the consumer. And I just think in terms of making the perfect Spider-Man, you're not always going to get it. And that's okay. That's why we have these 13, 14 different Spider-Men every year. Good for me. Yeah. For other people, I don't think the Last Stand Spider-Man poses that terribly. Parentheses, I don't own it. Man, get this goofy. See, I own this figure, and look how he's posed. Plain vanilla. You know why? Because the ab crunch just isn't there. It's on the bottom like a little bit, but to have such a dynamic character like Spider-Man with limited articulation, almost like a crime. I mean, it's Spider-Man for crying out loud. And also, a lot of kids could be seeing this from the game and be like, oh, I wore that suit. I'd love to have him swinging around in my room, but what do I know? And I just put him back. You know how I put him back? Vanilla. We need way more C and D list characters or the line is going to die. Not a hot take. People are tired of buying the same 3 characters in every iteration. I totally agree with that because the amount of Spider-Mans that we get a year, the amount of Wolverines, Iron Mans, Captain Americas. Yes, while we do know that those are the pretty popular characters that sell very well, a lot of other collectors still have, let's say, teams that they want to fill out. And I know Hasbro has their way of slowly doing that, but people want these teams filled up and they're frustrated because every time they're trying to fill in a new team or even start a new one, they're hit with another Spider-Man or another Iron Man instead of what the people want. And that especially goes for X-Men. Like how many Wolverines, Cyclops, Sabretooth, Magnetos do we need before getting a special X-Force character or a special new Ultimate X-Men character? Hot take of mine would be that Hasbro has yet to make a great Hulk figure. I feel like Hulk gets a good figure like once every 4 or 5 years. And then it's complete radio silence until the next figure comes out. I would say Joe Fixit was pretty good. In my opinion, the 20-year anniversary Hulk was really good. But again, it goes back to what I was saying about the perfect Spider-Man. People might be seeing this debate as the perfect Hulk. And again, it's subjective. Everybody has a different way they see the Hulk. I hate thigh and waist swivel. Thigh swivel gets a little annoying. Waist swivel gets agitating. So for example, this is a custom that I'm working on. This is Nightcrawler Spider-Man. Say hi. But he's got the waist swivel because, well, this is on a Pizza Spidey body, but it's getting pretty dang loose. And over time, figures shouldn't really have that. I mean, we have the technology now to make them more sturdy, more presentable, cleaner. Something like a figure being loose should kind of be left with the older parts, i.e. thigh and waist swivel. We don't need a new Spider-Man figure every month. Who are you talking to right now? I'm just kidding. I can agree as well. It does get pretty overwhelming at times, and it always feels like Hasbro starts and ends the year with a Spider-Man wave. And sometimes there's one like right in between the year too, right around like July or August. But the example I'll bring, because there's always many iterations of Spider-Man throughout, the black suit. Then we got the VHS animated series cell shaded, which a lot of people weren't really a fan of because of the cell shading. But then just a month ago, we got the Secret Wars black suit. And mind you, that one is nice. But how many black suits within 2 years do we really need? Huh? I mean, you can argue the same thing about the classic suit. I mean, we got the Amazing Fantasy 15, followed by that, we got the Renew Your Vows. And after that was the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends. After that was the Amazing Fantasy redo because they messed up the spider on the back. Then we got the animated series cell-shaded Spider-Man. And then after that, we got another one with the Vulture animated 2-pack. I get it. Spider-Man makes the most money. But at the same time, I have to advocate for those other characters that still have yet to have a figure being made of them. Because I can also argue that about Spider-Man characters. There are people, not just with the Spider-Verse, but some villains that have never had a figure made. Doesn't really make sense. The entire Legends line is lame. Real fans collect Funko Pops. Disagree, veto, door, get out. And those are your hot takes. Comment down below what you are most excited for in 2025 and what figures are you expecting in the new year. Until next time, I'm Brandon from Let's Talk Legends. Bye-bye.